Hello, beautiful people. So, I have been in a very deep, exciting Radiate vortex, and Radiate is my signature group program. This is a 6 week journey where we dive into the world of embodiment. We dive deep into a practice called Kunyin. I've been a student of this practice for over 4 years now, and I've been an instructor for this practice for has it 2 years? Almost 2 years. And Kunyin really, honestly, changed my life from my very first class, right from day one, because it really allowed me to transition from shy girl, from someone who didn't know how to use their voice, someone who was always anxious, always in their head, always feeling really tense, and really not knowing how to be in the world. I just was always in my head. Couldn't help me transition from that version of me, who I love very much, but it allowed me to transition into a new, more empowered version. And it allowed me to connect with my body in a way where I was finding my voice and finding my expression, finding who I am, finding my inner confidence without needing to use external substances. I was sourcing all of that from within me. It also helped me make better decisions because the deeper you connect with your body, the sharper the inner guidance becomes, and the more easier it is to follow. If you trust your body, you'll trust the guidance that it gives you. So the decisions that started to make were really powerful, and I was moving forward at a very rapid pace. So Kunyin, as I just described, changed my life. And after becoming an instructor, I now facilitate 6 week beginner journeys to take people on a very similar journey that I went on. And this journey comes from my instructor training. It comes from my personal experience with immersing in Kunyin. And it also comes from my education in psychosomatics. So, this is the connection between the mind and the body and how to read the body. And it's all about pretty much reprogramming your subconscious, reprogramming the patterns in your body, releasing any stagnant energy, releasing trauma, releasing emotions so that you can create more flow in your body. So, with all that being said, I've been deep in a radiate vortex. As I said, I've been creating content, and when I create content, I really go deep. I don't like to, give information overload, but I really like to create content that's very digestible. And something that came through to me, which was really powerful, which is a huge red flag, by the way, and we'll get to that. And I really wanted to create an extended video explaining this red flag because I'm sure many of you who are watching possibly doing this, possibly were doing this in the past, or maybe you know someone who's doing it. So, this is a red flag relating to your emotional body, your relationship with your emotions. And it's a pretty subtle red flag because it's very common on the journey of personal growth, on the journey of healing, and on the journey of expansion. So, if you're watching this, I have no doubt that you are someone that takes growth and healing very seriously. Not serious in a strict way, but you want to improve yourself. You want to expand. You want to create things. You want to improve. You want to evolve. So, I've got you. And what I'm about to share is really going to help your relationship with healing. And most importantly, your relationship with your emotions. Just to take it a step back. So, I specialize in belief work and body work. So, belief work, I use the modality called theta healing. And this is a modality, um, a very powerful modality to reprogram your subconscious. So, this is the process of pretty much using the mind to upgrade your belief systems so that your beliefs are compatible with where you're wanting to go. And theta healing is quite a deep process because you're digging deep into your subconscious to look at what is outdated, what needs to be upgraded, what needs to leave, what needs to be eliminated. And within that process, you realize where some of these beliefs come from. And it's very insightful and it gives you so much awareness. And, some beliefs are ancestral, some beliefs are genetic, some beliefs come from your childhood, some beliefs, if you believe in this philosophy, comes from past life. So theta healing and belief work shows you exactly where these beliefs are coming from so that you have the awareness and that you have the insight. You know how you operate, which allows you to operate differently. So that's belief work. Super powerful. However, it's not the only way to reprogram your subconscious. When I started to immerse in Kunyin and decided to become an instructor, I realized that you can actually reprogram your subconscious with your body. So I specialize in body work as well. And this is where I use Kunyin. This is where Radiate lives. This is where psychosomatics comes into it as well. So this is where we really focus on the body, on creating flow in the body so that you can move forward powerfully and really release any baggage that you are carrying on an emotional level. So yeah, that's that. Another thing that I want to share, and I promise you, this is all going to make sense. As I've been reflecting on content, Radiate has many different layers. There's this fun, playful movement, dance, ecstatic vibe to it. There's also a sisterhood and connection vibe to it, a very wholesome vibe. And there's also an healing layer as well, and that's the emotional healing part of it. Kunyin guides you through different movement to move energy, And that is emotion. You are moving emotion. So I just want to plant that there as well for your awareness. Now, with this red flag, I used to do this, which is why I'm very passionate about it. So theta healing, belief work was my first modality, the first practice into personal development for me. So I had this very strong attachment to it, and I was borderline addicted to belief work. What does it look like to be attached to belief work? What does it look like to be addicted to it? When I would feel something uncomfortable, or maybe something triggering, or maybe something dark or dense, which for me in the past was sadness, was grief, was anger, frustration. I hated those emotions. I didn't want anything to do with them. My mind would automatically go to analytical mode. So I went straight to fixing mode. We got to get rid of this straight away. So I would go straight into belief work. I needed to know where this was coming from. What belief is this feeling related to? Why has this come up again? I'd get more frustrated. Like I thought I cleared this. And I just would want to fix it straight away. This way of being is bypassing your emotions. And what I was actually doing, and maybe you're doing this too, is that you're thinking your feelings rather than feeling your feelings. So fast forward to when I discovered movement, Kunyin movement, my world opened up in a completely new way because Kunyin creates this environment, a group environment that is infused with safety and love, compassion, and non-judgment. And when you're in a space like that, there is more openness with feeling. And you're moving through different songs which evoke different emotions. So you are doing exactly what the emotion is wanting to do, which is move, and it eventually leaves. So Kunyin opened up this new pattern for me where I was feeling my feelings rather than thinking my feelings. I was no longer bypassing my emotions because I would spend time in a 1 hour class and I would move and it would be fun and it would be exciting. And sometimes it would get uncomfortable, but it was okay because I know that it wasn't going to last because I know what a Kunyin class is like. So Kunyin allowed me to invite and welcome all different states of being, all different emotions. it dissolved any judgment and resistance and avoidance that I had towards emotions. And it allowed me to give permission for my emotions to speak. What does that look like? That's giving yourself the time and space to move, to move. And it's so simple. I promise you, as I'm explaining this, it's like I'm thinking, you guys are going to be like, that's so simple. But when you're in the practice, it is so deep and so beautiful and so freeing. You end up feeling so much lighter because when you are bypassing your emotions, they are still there. They're just getting pushed to the side, suppressed, stored somewhere else. And what happens when you are storing your emotions, when you're not releasing them? You feel heavier. Your vibration feels a little lower. It's like carrying a bag, an invisible bag of emotions that is heavy to carry. Kunyin allows you to release those emotions so that you're not carrying it all the time. And when you're doing this on a weekly basis, your emotional body transforms. Like I always say, Kunyin is like taking your emotions to the laundromat, chucking them in the washing machine, and your emotional body comes out so fresh and so clean and so new. And honestly, one of my girls literally messaged me, and I'm going to read it now because I just finished a beginner journey, an online beginner journey, and my girls can now feel the difference between doing Kunyin weekly versus not doing it at all. And they can feel the difference in their emotional state. One of them said, I felt such a huge difference in the weeks I was showing up for myself for Kunyin. And now that I haven't been making the time to do it, I feel so blocked. Didn't realize what a difference the practice makes. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. And that's what you begin to realize when you start to immerse body-led practice. So I just wanted to leave that there for you. Are you thinking your feelings rather than feeling your feelings? Just become present to that. No judgment. You're not wrong. That way of being has served you probably up until this point. And we are emotional beings. So it's time to learn how to deal with our emotions, how to be with our emotions, because we've been conditioned to do the exact opposite, which is avoid, suppress, hold on to it, store it, want nothing to do with it. And in Radiate, which is the 6-week beginner Kunyin journey, I've designed this very specifically. It is designed so specifically to take you on a journey of being more open and being more open to emotions. And for some of you, hearing emotions and emotional talk probably makes you feel really tense. It makes you feel really uncomfortable. That's already showing you that you don't really have a very healthy relationship with your emotions. You probably label them as negative or dense, or maybe your focus immediately goes into darker emotions. However, there's a whole spectrum of emotions that you experience, which is pleasure and love and ecstasy and joy and bliss. Just remember, there's a whole spectrum of emotions. When I say emotions, your mind may immediately go to darker emotions. That's not the case. There is a whole spectrum of emotions that we feel. In Radiate, you become closer with your emotions. You allow them to speak because all they want to do is speak. And I just want to finish off by saying in Radiate, you welcome your emotions. You allow them to speak rather than speaking over them. When you are thinking your feelings, you are speaking over your emotions. And you truly discover what it feels like to experience emotions and allow them to leave. Because that's all they're wanting to do. They just want to speak and leave. And it really changes your life when you begin to get to know your emotional body. As I said, we're emotional beings. You cannot hide from emotions. If you suppress them, it's going to manifest into something else, possibly more serious, like a challenge or a disease. So it may be time for you to get to know your emotional body on a completely new level. So feel free to join Radiate. I'm going to leave the registration link below. I do facilitate both online and in-person journeys, in person in Melbourne, online, everywhere. So let me know how this lands for you. Feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.